Are mortgage rates about to fall? I hope so, but who knows? Let's talk about it, right? So interest rates really follow inflation. Inflation is kind of like the nemesis of interest rates. And coming out of a pandemic, we are all learning what inflation is. You know, your bill at the grocery store, gas, goods and services across the board have gotten significantly more expensive as inflation has kicked in, meaning the cost to produce something has gone up, and then it comes to you and me as the consumer. As interest rates are based upon mortgage bonds, the returns get eroded when there's inflation in that economic environment. So to combat that, investors, lenders, banks increased the interest rates. So interest rates went up the fastest in 2022 that they had in the history. Depending upon which program you looked at, they tripled or quadrupled inside of 9 months. So with that being said, what goes up must come down. If you look at a chart, you'll see that end of October, beginning of November, some could argue was the peak for interest rates in bonds and kind of improved a little bit, but really moved sideways through the rest of 2022. And then 2023 started with a bang and just coming down nicely. As I record this, we got a little bit hotter than expected inflation report, two actually hotter than expected inflation reports, both on the heels of a unexpectedly rosy, controversial jobs report, if you will. Now, a lot of people are arguing that they're changing the methodology in which they are, creating that jobs report and not doing the way they did in the past, that it's actually a lot worse. Than that being said, those things had interest rates pop up in the near term. But let's talk about our continued descent. As we're recording this, if you're looking at mortgage rates, if you will, fixed mortgage rates, depending upon the programs, are ranging high 5s to mid 7s, depending upon loan amount, occupancy, credit scores, all those things in the fine print of disclosures. But I think as we move into the springtime and as 2023 goes on, those rates are going to come back down into the low 6s, into the high 5s. My kind of crystal ball, if I had to pick one, is that I think in the late summer, fall, we're going to see really rates in the mid 5s, some of the jumbo programs and ARMs back into the 4s. When? Who knows? Is it going to be a straight line? Certainly not. But I do think people that are looking at mortgages, whether that's buying a primary residence right now, an investment property, or refinancing based upon a needs scenario, will have an opportunity to refinance to a lower rate payment sometime before the end of 2023. When? Who knows? I don't have a crystal ball, but those are my thoughts on interest rates. I think we've got better times ahead. If you found this valuable, comment. If you think I'm way off base and crazy, comment as well. And subscribe, follow me, share this.